Good morning, everyone. I'm Dhruv Singh Slathiafor, final year civil engineering student from Shri Vaishno Devi University, Katra, India. My topic of my research is impact of riverfront development on self-purification capacity, a case study of Devika and Tawi. As far as the introduction is concerned, gentlemen, see, I'm just a student. I am not a magician, so I can't tell you what you guys are thinking right now. But what I can definitely tell is you are not thinking about the air that you are breathing. Because that's what human nature is. We won't be able to tell the importance of air until and unless someone suffocates us. That's why I chose this topic of riverfront development, how the water on this planet is getting affected. See, riverfront development aims at beautification and tourism, which is negatively impacting the river's self-purification capacity. Every river has its own tendency to purify itself. But due to certain developments, due to change in the natural slope of the river, it is being degraded. Rivers lie on the slope of the water surface to maintain its flow velocity, which enhances the turbulence, and hence more the turbulence, more the oxygen level, and which is very crucial for water quality. Flattening the river slope during development reduces its ability to purify itself. This study is based on the Devika River, which is present in Jammu and Kashmir, and with the research results of Devika River, we predicted that what will be the effects of another river, which is Tawi, which is 50 kilometers away from the parent river, which could face similar decline in self-purification capacity, endangering its ecological health. Now, the riverfront development is growing in popularity, especially in India. While riverfront projects enhances urban areas, they pose environmental risks, particularly to the river's ecological health and water quality. The Tawi, a major water source of Jammu and tributary of Chenab River, is undergoing riverfront development. Projects like Vaddi Tawi Barrage and Nikki Tawi Barrage are being constructed to obstruct the river's flow, creating an artificial ring. The study assesses the potential impact of riverfront on the future water quality of Tawi River, drawing conclusion from the effects which are already being observed on the Devika River. See, this is the graph. I'll come back to it. First, I'll like to explain that how these things work, how we came to a conclusion that riverfront development will affect the water quality. As per the Manning's formula, the velocity is directly proportional to the slope, and also the Reynolds number is directly proportional to the velocity. From this, we quote that the turbulent velocity diffusion coefficient, which shows the turbulence in a water system, is directly proportional to the Reynolds number. As you can see in this graph, the y by h, if we constant the value of y by h, you will see with increase in the Reynolds number, we can see the increase in the value of the turbulence coefficient, from which we concluded that the turbulence is directly proportional to the square of the velocity. Thus, with decrease in slope, which can happen due to riverfront development, the turbulence can decrease, and thus the overall self-purification capacity of the river will also increase. Now, what we did, we took two rivers side by side, that is Devika and Tavi. Two parameters were considered, that is longitudinal slope and the water quality parameter, from which we checked for the DO, dissolved oxygen levels, and BOD levels, biochemical oxygen demand levels. Three samples were taken from the location of the riverfront, which is around in a stretch of 200-meter long, and one sample was taken from 2 kilometers upstream of the riverfront development, which has undisturbed natural slope. The water samples were tested for dissolved oxygen levels and their 5-day BODs. Subsequently, the water surface slopes of the given location were measured using auto level and measuring tapes. 5 water samples were collected between two consecutive sewer lines with drainage outlets in the Tavi River, which at a distance of 350 meters to understand the DO sag curve, and one was collected just upstream of the first sewer outlet to understand the river's natural state before discharge of the waste. Similar to samples collected from Devika River, the samples collected from Tavi were tested for dissolved oxygen and 5-day BOD. Now here are the test samples of the Devika River. See, gentlemen, the places where the slope alteration was done, riverfront development was done, their slope has decreased to 0.97%, 0.77%, and 0.77%. It is the average of the three tests. And in the altered slope, we have observed the DO levels are not very good. They are around 5.70 mg per liter, 5.65 mg per liter, 5.60 per liter. As compared to the DO levels in the unaltered slope, where the slope was 11.25% and the DO levels were also very good, which was around 7.80%, which clearly shows that if we if we'll change the natural slope of the river, we will face the consequences. Here's the graphical presentation of it. Now coming to the results of the Tawi River. In Tawi River, as I have already mentioned, that we took the two sewer lines and between them we measured the DO levels. Tawi Rivers was inspected for the DO and BOD5 and the water surface flow was also measured. DO levels were taken between the two consecutive sewers from 6 locations at an interval of 1 week. And for each location, 3 samples were collected and the mean of which is shown in this table. As you can see that DO levels decrease when we move forward with the river. It is just because the organic material which is present in the water, the microorganisms will utilize the dissolved oxygen present in it to decompose that material. That is why there is decrease in the DO level. With which we have, from the above graph, we have already shown that it is very clear that the river is unable to replenish its dissolved oxygen levels. As I have mentioned earlier, the river has its own self-purification capacity. And in case of the Tavi River, it was unable to replenish its DO levels between the two outlets, even in the natural conditions. So even in the natural condition, if the river is not able to replenish its parent oxygen levels, how can we say that it will replenish its oxygen levels when it will undergo the riverfront development projects? So having lower self-purification capacity than required due to insufficient slope of the river, which once the riverfront is completed is expected to be worsened due to backwater curve. And from this conclusion, that the slope of a river significantly impacts its self-purification capacity, with steeper slopes leading to better water quality. The study examined two rivers, Devika, post-riverfront development, and Tavi in its natural states. Riverfront on the Devika flattened its slope, reducing water velocity, lowering the water quality and its self-purification capacity. Whereas the Tavi River, already showing poor self-purification due to an insufficient slope, could face further degradation if a barrage is built, flattening the water slope and reducing toxin levels, critical for aquatic life. Developing a barrage on the Tavi River could result in water stagnation, poor water quality, defeating the purpose of enhancing the river's aesthetics through riverfront development. Thank you.